Greetings, everybody. My name is Elaine Linn, and I am an advisor with the Global Studies Center here at the University of Pittsburgh. And welcome. I'm glad you decided to stop into our session. It's all about what programs the University Center for International Center University Center for International Studies offers to our students. So I'm going to kind of run through a PowerPoint, and you can ask questions in the chat, or you can unmute your microphone and ask a question as well. So a little bit about what we are at Pitt. So Pitt is voted top 20 within the top 25 of the nation for offering international and global studies programs. We are competitive with every Ivy League institution. We compete for similar funding with Georgetown and with Harvard, Michigan, Stanford, and we are successful over and over again. We have 37 different languages that you can select from to study. So let's say you studied French or Spanish, and now you think, okay, I want to build on that, but now I want to learn Farsi or Quechua or Turkish. It's all possible at Pitt. We offer academic credentials that, and I'll talk a little bit more about those credentials because they're a little different. It's kind of like apples and oranges. It's hard to compare what Pitt offers to what other universities offer. Each one of our centers comes with an advisor. I'm an advisor to the Global Studies Center, but Russian East European Studies, Latin American Studies all have advisors. And there's thousands of alumni that you can network with and seek out as you go for employment and even while you're at Pitt. So what are the options? What certificates are available at Pitt? You can see them right here. We have African Studies. Asian Studies has Global Asia and Asian Studies. European Study has 3 different ones. Latin American Studies has 2. Global Studies, we have 2. It looks like a lot more than that. But we either have World Health or we have a certificate in Global Studies where students select a cluster of courses around these different themes. And then Russian East European Studies has their certificate as well. So what is a certificate, you may be asking? It's similar to a minor, but instead of taking courses all in one department, let's say, I'm going to get a minor in econ. That means you will be taking 15 credits all within economics. Whereas with our certificate programs, they're multidisciplinary. So if you're interested in Latin America, you may be taking a course in political science, economics, history of art and architecture, history department, anthropology, and that's similar to all of our different all of our different departments. All certificates are interdisciplinary. The certificates require at least 2 years of a language for each one of the certificates, except for the global health. The global health does not require a language, and all require you to submit a digital portfolio. But why interdisciplinary? Well, that's because when you're thinking about a continent, you want to know about the cultural dynamics of the people and the history and the political economy and the health of so you want to take it from a multi-disciplinary approach. And that's the same way with if you're interested in peace and conflict. It's not just political science courses. You want to know more of the historical context, maybe anthropology a course, political science course, etc. So they're interdisciplinary, but They're very similar to a minor in terms of the credits that are required. Okay, can I pursue? Here's a question. Can you pursue 2 majors in an international or global studies certificate? Well, yes, you can. Now, it requires planning. It requires thinking, oh, what are my requirements for my econ? And what are my requirements for my biological sciences major? Oh, yes. And what are the requirements for a certificate in global health? You put all those together, you think, what are the courses that count as general education requirements? What might be electives? And you piece that together, you put it together, working with your advisors, and you can do all. Okay, how many international languages offered at Pitt? I already gave you that question. 37 different languages. What about study abroad? How does study abroad fit in here? So, many of we want all of our students to study abroad, and let's hope that is a reality of our world, that we can study abroad. But Pitt offers a multitude of study abroad programs, and working with the advisors, you select courses that are appropriate to the region that you're studying or the global theme that you're studying. This program, we have a wonderful program, wilderness emergency medicine in northern India. We have patients and healers program in northern India. And these students, obviously, we're in India standing in front of the Taj Mahal. But we have, over 100 different programs where our students can study abroad. And those courses, working with the advisor, 90% of the time count for your certificate. Okay, questions. Correct answer. I want to pursue a certificate, but I don't know what my major is. Do you wait until senior year? Until you've already decided what it is? Do you declare your major first? Or do you start freshman year to integrate international global into your academic plan? Listen, if you know you're interested in the issues that are facing our world today, and or are interested historically about a part of the world, then you start with that freshman year and you build your major in tandem with an area studies or global studies certificate. You don't want to wait till next year, or sorry, senior year. And why is that? Because we offer so much more than just an academic credential. Yes, an academic credential is important, but we offer advising. We have career talks. We take students to Washington, D.C. There's research opportunities in Latin America, in Europe, in Asia. There's networking with faculty, with our alumni. You're the first to learn about scholarships, etc. So you want to be a part of this network of of folks that are interested in, have intersectionality with topics that you're interested in. How do you benefit from a certificate? Well, you become an expert on this global theme or world region. You're aware of funding opportunities, research, internships. As I said, you network with experts throughout on campus and throughout the world. You get personalized advising, career exploration opportunities. You stand out ahead of the crowd. You don't know how many students we have who stand out because of their study abroad, because of their language skills, and you do develop transferable skills. Okay, which is not correct? I'm interested. What do I do next? Nothing. You wait until junior year? Wrong. You start talking with an advisor now. All of our contact information are on our various websites. Talk to us even before you sign on the dotted line to get enrolled, accepted into Pitt. we want to talk with you now so you can start thinking about what's possible. Visit our website, schedule an appointment, share your interests with an arts and science advisor. That's right. If you are talking with somebody within the School of Arts and Science or in engineering or health and rehabilitation science, you want to say, you know what, I heard about the international studies. How, tell me more about that. And we all work together. And lastly, I want to say that if you come in having taken a language, um, you want to take a placement exam. Maybe if you've taken a language at school, you do not need to take languages for the international studies certificate programs. Now, Pitt may say, you've done that, you've taken care of that, but we need college level language for the international and global studies certificate programs. So you want to take a placement exam, see where you are with your current language, and then also you could start adding on to starting a new language as well. Okay, that's all I have for now. I've kind of thrown a bunch of information out. Please, Jan, Ava, Julia, Darren, Olivia, um, let me know what questions you have. I would love to talk with you. No question is a dumb question. Um, I'd love to be able to answer any questions that you may have. I encourage you to look at our websites. I'd be happy to talk about specific interests that you have, and we can go from there. Any questions? So I have questions for you guys. What majors are you thinking about uh, while a student at Pitt? Anybody want to offer one? Well, we have so many various majors, and with the University Center for International Studies, we work beyond the School of Arts and Sciences. So if you are thinking, if you're a nursing student, if you're a business student, information science student, health and rehabilitation science, I'm trying to think of the other schools, that uses encompasses all of those, and we'll work with you. I'd be happy to talk about the global health, or particularly the global health certificate. Um, the global health certificate is 18 credits, and because we have somebody who wants to major in bioengineering, both Olivia and Ava, you're kind of, because I have several students, bioengineering students in the global health. The global health certificate is 18 credits worth of coursework. Students are required to take Intro to Global Health, which is a public health course, and then we offer like 10 different core courses. You take 2 core courses, and then a bunch of electives. So it's 18 credits worth of coursework. Many times students will say in the biological sciences or in bioengineering that these courses are their favorite courses. I it's a variety of different courses from anthropology. There's courses like global pharmaceuticals or global health history, intro to epidemiology, just a variety of different courses. Students can eventually, during their junior and senior year, with special permission, take courses from the Graduate School of Public Health. Now, Olivia asked, how does the Global Health Certificate, how is it different than the Global Studies Certificate? Both are 18 credits worth of coursework. The Global Studies Certificate, students can focus in on peace and conflict, or world ecologies, or health and well-being. And so there's a variety of different courses. I encourage you to look on the Global Studies website under Students for Courses. And the certificates are both the courses that are available each semester are divided up between global health and the global studies course list, and then within the concentrations in the global studies course list. And you can see how they differentiate. Um, the other thing with the Global Studies Certificate, students are required to study 2 years of the language. The Global Health Certificate was designed for like Ava, who will have a hard time picking up a language because the engineering curriculum is very regimented. But we have students from the arts and sciences taking, doing the Global Health Certificate and studying language. They're just doing the certificate. Um, I want to spend a year in China. Which schools can I choose from? Well, Jan, what I encourage you to do is speak with my schedule an appointment with Emily Rooks Kupsel. I'm putting her name here in the and she is the advisor with the Asian Studies Center, and she will work with you at selecting the right school and the right program given what you want to study, right? There's all kinds of opportunities to study abroad in China. And you, since you want to spend 1 year in China, which is fantastic, I commend you. You want to be able to select the institution that has your major requirements, has maybe an internship opportunity, has whether you want to stay in a residence dorm or if you want to stay with a host family. And Emily will help you with that. With that. Um, because and I encourage you also just to look at the study abroad, our Pitt study abroad website, as there will be a variety of different programs. But because you want to study for a year, and that means studying the language, knowing the language well, I really would hook up with Emily Rooks Kupsel. Now Ava is a biomed engineer and would love to study abroad. Ava, you can easily do that in our working with the advisors again. Our engineering school of engineering actually has a satellite office of the study abroad office in the School of Engineering or with the School of Engineering. So they want engineer students to study abroad. And of course, you need to figure out when it works best with your schedule, what kind of courses you want to take. If you want to take like your general education, maybe you need to take a history course or culture course. If you want to take those types of courses, or if you want to take more specialized engineering courses. So I encourage you to look at the study abroad office website where they will list the advisor for the study abroad. And it's worth talking to them now or sending an email communicating, because we're all on Zoom, and they have the time to talk with you, so you can imagine where that study abroad experience would fit in and what type of courses you would take during during your study abroad experience. Other questions? Here, Jan, here, I want to send that. There's Emily's or that's not her contact information. I just can't do double work. I can't look for her email, but you can. If you just look under the Asian Studies Center, you can communicate with Emily. Her email is there. Other questions you may have? I'm happy to answer any questions. Does the Global Studies Center have a relationship with Climate and Global Change Center? Olivia, tell me where that's located. I would like to know more about it. I don't personally have a relationship with them, but our my the director, Dr. Michael Goodhart. Okay, geez. Okay, I have to look that up right now because I'm just curious. I bet you anything somebody's changed, or, an office has changed their name during the, um, ah, okay, okay. That was with the, do we have a relationship with them? Okay, what I will say is I didn't know that they had changed the name, so my bad. Um, but what I want to differentiate, thanks Olivia for providing that. What what we also want folks studying um, climate change. We've just recently changed the description. If you look at our world ecologies description on the Global Studies Center's website, our courses look at more the human aspect of climate change, where we have a special section on the Anthropocene, where we're looking at it both historically on the impact of human behavior, of animal behavior, the movement of people, the politics of climate change. So, do we have a relationship? I'm going to say yes, we do, in the sense that um, many of their faculty are also our faculty, but I would say that we take a slightly different approach to it. Then we also are interested in policy, but we're also interested in how that has evolved and what will the impact be. Maybe we would be looking at race and climate change, social justice and climate change. Um, that would be kind of our difference. We are a bit more interested in social justice than the climate center. I'm not saying they're not interested in there, but ours definitely is. And students you can be involved. There's intersection. Many of our students were, thank you, Olivia. Many of our students are on, and our faculty are pushing to, if you're interested in divest from fossil fuels here at Pitt. Um, and one of our students, if anybody's interested in a Bachelor of Philosophy program, a student leader at Pitt in climate activism, is going to be defending her Bachelor of Philosophy at BPhil, which is also one of the things, academic credentials we do offer as a Bachelor of Philosophy, where a student does significant independent research. It's like a self-designed major. And Anna Coleman is going to be defending her BPhil, looking at human rights and climate or environmental advocacy. Other questions? Other questions you may have? Olivia, because you're interested in if you're interested in the environment, which we're happy, we want all of our students to be happy or interested in the environment. It's it's the issue of our time. Thanks, Darren. We just changed the picture of our on the Global Studies website under students. We have a big happy turtle who hopefully is free of you know pushing our environmental message on our website. Other questions, anybody? I'm certainly keep throwing questions out. It doesn't necessarily even need to be. I've worked at Pitt for over 20 years. I've been advising for 15 years. It can be about other, like Olivia asked about a different Pitt program. I'm happy to answer other questions about the campus, what life is like on campus. I'm happy to answer any questions. I teach a freshman programs class, something to think about. The class I teach is global engagement, but there are other international. There's an Asian Studies freshman programs class, a European Studies freshman programs class. And with that, students enroll in like Introduction to Arts and Science, as well as these themed classes. So you take up to 6 credits with a cohort of students who are both interested, let's say, in globalization and social justice issues. So they take 2 courses that are tagged with the freshman studies program. And there's a variety of those. So I encourage you to look at the learning communities that are offered at Pitt as you begin to enroll. There's also a global living learning community, a Latin American, cultural, well, a focus on Latin America living learning community. So there's a variety of living learning communities that you might be interested in as well. Any other questions? I'm going to post my email here. I'm happy to, you can schedule an appointment with me. Here's the appointment. This is where you schedule an appointment. And I am happy to talk with you, point you in the right direction, brainstorm what are the possibilities, share kind of stories of other students that have gone through that might have similar interests. I'm happy to be a resource for you as you decide your next big decision as to where to go to. And we hope you come to the University of Pittsburgh. And I hope that you do first explore opportunities by our website, scheduling an appointment with me, and then let us hope we all can meet together on campus in late August of 2021. So if there's not any other questions, I'm going to tell you thank you for coming to our session, and let us hope we can talk in the future and meet in the future too in person. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.